Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Michelle. I'm your host, Michelle Hart, your #1 nutritionist and fat loss specialist. This show is all about how to eat, move, and live to have a fit and healthy life. Today's topic are 5 principles to help you reach your ideal weight and have high performance for the day. I am so glad you're here. Today we're going to learn about I'm actually going to walk you through a bit of my Slim, Strong, and Sexy diet today, because this is something you're going to hear that you haven't likely heard before that will actually flip the metabolic switch for you to burn fat, build muscle, look and feel 10 years younger. Now, just so you know, what you're going to learn today is what I've been teaching my personal clients for over 10 years and what I follow myself. And this really works. Again, this is information you will not see on mainstream media. You will not see this in magazines. You will not see this in gyms. Why? Because so much of that is all about trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell your next shiny object, which is take this fat loss pill, take this energy boost, drink this high performance coffee. Like, what about the foundational principles that maybe we're not looking at that actually, if you do, that are super simple, that you will learn today, that will actually finally move the dial, and it's easy to do. And the thing is, when you learn these principles, they are actually working with your body instead of against. So I am so excited that you're here, because you're really gonna learn something. Now, I recommend you get a pen and a paper and you start to take some notes, okay? So today I'm gonna actually start with the problems I see out there. The problem is, we have been talking about these diet principles for a long time. How far has that got us in our health? Well, not very good. 83% of the population in North America has metabolic syndrome. They are metabolically broken. That means that most individuals that you see walking around are overweight. In fact, most are obese. What we are doing is not working. So we need to get away from these shiny objects and actually do things that will work, that will last, okay? And so this is why this show is so important, because I actually share the truth. Because here, when I was looking for the truth, I got misguided too. So it's so not your fault. It's not your fault. We need to look at reaching your ideal weight, having best days differently than we've ever done before. Because what we're doing isn't working, right? What we're going to learn today will work. 100% guarantee. Why? Because it works for me and it works for all my clients. So buckle down, get your pen and paper, and let's take some notes. Okay, so what do you hear about mainly? What does the diet industry basically, advise for you if you're looking to reach your ideal weight and have high performance? Well, they usually say eat less and exercise more, right? That doesn't work, because what happens is you end up being, if you do really, really well, which is not really fun, is it? You become a skinny fat like I did. So what happened was I followed their dietary advice and I exercised more and I ate less, and I actually developed an accelerating aging disease when I was really young. It was osteoporosis, and I also lost my menstrual cycle. So here it is, I'm like an old crinkly grandma when I'm really young, and I can't even have kids if I wanted because I had no menstrual cycle. So we can't follow that advice anymore. No, we're not gonna eat less and exercise more. That's stress heaven. We've gotta really stop this right now, okay? We're gonna do things differently, and we're gonna nourish our body so that we can love this and feel great at the same time. You're gonna have high performance, okay? Thank you, Elena, for your comment. I appreciate that. You're so sweet, and I'm glad you're here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the 5 principles right now. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So the first one is this, and you're likely not going to hear this out here, but you've gotta hear it now, okay? First thing is, we need to eat foods grown in our environment. We need to eat real foods. Okay, I want you to really take note in your kitchen. This is my Mexican kitchen. Welcome to my Mexican kitchen. I have now relocated to Mexico, and we are filming out of Mexico now. So anyways, this is my Mexican kitchen, and in my kitchen, you will find that most of the foods in here are grown in my environment, okay? So your genes, remember, you're human, you're not artificial, right? Your genes, your biology, your cells are expecting foods that are grown in the soil that you live in. They're expecting that. We're forgetting this. We're forgetting we are actually from nature. We are all part of nature, okay? And we've been misguided into packaged foods and all this artificial stuff. That's why you feel artificial. That's why you're not getting results, because you're not putting the right information that your genes expect. Yeah, super simple principle. Eat foods grown in your environment. Okay, so when you walk outside, what is growing there? So if you don't really know, you know what? My suggestion is go to the local farmers market. Why? Because the farmers are growing the foods that can grow in your environment. And they're growing it with love. They have a lot of passion and they love what they do. This energy is actually being put into the food for then you bring it home, you consume it, you get energy. Your genes go, oh, I know exactly what to do with that. I'm going to build this beautiful house, which is what you live in. Remember, you're living in here. You are spirit, you are soul, you are energy, and you're in your house. How is your house feeling? Let's do a reset. Let's renovate the house. How do we do that? We put in the right parts, okay? So that our workers can go to work to rebuild your body to be exactly what you want. Why? Because you can if you know what you're doing. And I'm going to share with you exactly part of the Slim, Strong, and Sexy diet that I actually provide for my personal clients. You're going to learn part of it today. And hey, if you like what you hear, please reach out to me and say, listen, Michelle, you know what? I love what you're saying, and I would really love a personalized plan just for me. Yeah, because why? You're your own. Hey, there's no one like you. That's it. You're a certain fingerprint and you are designed to eat certain foods. But today you're going to learn foundational principles that anybody can do to reach their ideal weight. And if you want more help, let me know and I can pull it together for you. Okay, so what is the first principle? Eat foods within your environment. If you don't know what that is, go to the farmer's market, okay? So it's start with that, okay? Because remember, you want the right ingredients to go into your body so the bodies know what to expect and it can start to rebuild. Okay, the second principle to helping you reach your ideal weight and have high performance is eat what your ancestors ate. Why isn't anybody talking about that? Okay, because it's not sexy. That doesn't sound sexy, does it? But you'll feel sexy. Why? Because your generations past, your particular generations past. Listen, I'm Russian. So and Alana, I know you're Russian. You're actually my cousin. You're watching this. Hello, girl. So here's the thing. Our ancestors are from Russia. So we have to think about, well, what foods they ate. Because we're still genetically the same. We have built the machinery to be able to break down those foods from that environment. So what you do is you couple that environment from all those generations past, which for me is Russian. I'm not sure what you are, but really think about it. What did they eat? So you combine those types of foods with your local environment. Bam! 1-2 punch. Are you kidding me? Just that alone will help you reach your ideal weight. Why? Because your body expects that. And you're working with your body instead of against it. Just start there, okay? And so for me, I can eat dairy, okay? Because Russians ate raw dairy. So what do I have in my fridge? I have raw milk yogurt. I have kefir. I have raw milk cheese, okay? If I can get raw milk, I would get that and make my own kefir, okay? But if you're from an environment that never had milk products, and your ancestry was from that, no wonder you're lactose intolerant. You haven't built the enzymes to be able to break it down. So it's an easy win for you, okay? So think about, where are your ancestors from? So if you're from, like today, I actually had the privilege of meeting someone who has a heritage from Mexico. Okay, their genetics, their ancestry are Mexican. So what we did is I shared with her how important it was to think about what foods, like natural foods, not artificial, but the real foods, what did they eat? Well, she can likely break down corn. Not everyone can. She can likely break down beans. A lot of people can't. Because her ancestry built up the machinery, the enzymes to be able to break it down when she puts it in her beautiful vessel. okay? Unless she has digestive issues, we fix that first, which a lot of people do. Then we go back to eating the beans. But if you have digestive issues, that would be a no until you get it fixed, which exactly what I do. So let's think about our ancestors. Let's think about our environment. So those are the first two major tips to helping you reach your ideal weight and having high performance. Okay, what's the third one? The third one is, and you may say, well, Michelle, I haven't really, that's nothing new. Well, why are we not following it? We are still eating ultra processed foods, like mindlessly. And I see this everywhere. Even though I ask someone, their answer is, no, I eat really healthy. I ask them what they're eating. It's packaged foods. That is not, okay, a little bit, you know my 80-20 rule? 80% whole foods from the environment, 20% go to town, no problem at all. Unless you have to really fix yourself, then we have to maybe 90-10, maybe 100% zero till you're fixed. But anyways, this is what a healthy body does. Healthy body needs to adapt to their environment without feeling like they're in food prison. No, you want food freedom. 80% whole foods, 20% fun. But here's the thing. Actually, 60% of North Americans are eating ultra-processed food. That's their main diet source. This is all science-based. These are the research. That's why we're not doing well. Because we think we're eating healthy, even though the package says gluten-free. What a joke. No, that's marketing. That's marketing. That is not a healthy food. That is processed food. Call it like it is, please. That's what I do. Because I do this out of love, because I love you and I want to see you in the right direction. Okay? And not the marketing direction, which is not getting you where you want to go. Let's talk the real truth here. We're human beings. We need to eat from our environment. So these packaged foods, like these protein bars or whatever, they're a whole laundry list of ingredients, but it's gluten-free. That's supposed to be healthy, right? No. No way. Hey, what about this? I actually wanted to show you what I do about protein bars because I just had to, because these are so freaking delicious. I didn't say the other word, I said freaking. So I make my own protein bars. Oh yeah. Simple, real food ingredients. So this is my chocolate ultimate protein bar. I freeze it and I take out a chunk. I take it with me for the day. Now I'm eating actually foods that I put together, which maybe took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make my own protein bar. Save money. All whole food ingredients, right? Taste out of this world delicious. And you know, guess what else? It keeps me at my ideal weight. It can help you lose weight. And do I have high performance? Are you kidding me? I have so much energy from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. So do my clients, because we live high performance days. And when I say high performance, I don't mean you have to be an executive. I mean, you can be a mom. Like moms can have high performance. They need to have high performance because those kids, oh my gosh, they are, whoa, I had 2 of them. They are a lot of work. Now we have a puppy. I haven't shared it with you, but Lucy's over there. We have a new Mexican puppy. I'll actually show you a photo of her. We rescued her and now we've adopted her and she's unbelievably cute. She's busy. Anyways, lots of energy. We need energy to take care of her. So high performance doesn't have to be an executive. No, high performance can be just having energy to do what you want to do without falling asleep at like 3 o'clock witching hour. That's not high performance. And who wants to live like that? You don't have to when you eat in a way like I'm describing right now. Okay? So this is high performance. The other thing I want you to think about is feeling like an athlete. But Michelle, I'm not an athlete. Yeah, but if you exercise once a week, you can consider yourself an athlete in training. Isn't that a great way to see yourself? High performance athlete. I'm at my ideal weight because athletes are in great shape. That is you right now. So I want you to think about you being that now. What do? They feed their body properly. Okay? These athletes, they know what to do. They eat real food. All right? Okay? So this real food is what we need. We need to get away from the packaged food. The reason why packaged food, yeah, it's convenience, but it's taking your health away. And 88% of the population isn't healthy. Okay? We have to turn this around. We have to look at food differently. We have to look at food like real ingredients. Okay? Instead of macronutrients that everybody talks about with this diet thing, what about the micronutrients? What about the nutrition that is found in real food in your environment That is your vitamin in a bottle. You don't need to get those vitamins. They're probably not going to work anyway, so they're not going to go in because you're not absorbing very well because of the diet that you've been on, maybe. And it's not your fault, believe me. It is not your fault. Oh my gosh. We are reprogramming how we look at getting into our best shape. And that's what the show is about, okay? So the real food has the nutrition, the micronutrients to give you that form, that beautiful form. Like, I'm so proud of my body because I do the work and I'm consistent, and so do all my clients, okay? And function. I have no pain in my body. My joints are amazing. I'm 54. Okay, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I'm actually getting better. And I'm 54 and I'm in menopause. Like, menopause is awesome. I'm having the time of my life, okay? So we don't have to be afraid of these things. You don't have to grow old and crinkly. No, not at all. We can turn that around. And so we have to think about eating foods like that have the micronutrients to help you with the form, your beautiful house, right, that you're renovating, and function. No joint pain at all, not at all, like zero, okay? If you eat ultra-processed foods, you are inflaming your body. Have you heard of inflammation? That is the driver of all being overweight, of all disease. Hey, being overweight is a metabolic imbalance. You're metabolically not healthy. Let's call it like it is. Don't worry, it's not your fault. Like I said, you've been programmed the wrong way, okay? So we need to do this right and honor our goddess body. If you're a male, you're Greek, beautiful athlete body, right? Warrior, okay? So processed foods, when you take it in, it's artificial. It's grown in a lab. The body goes, oh, that's a stress, inflame, inflame, inflame. So the body thinks it has an infection right away. It does. Anytime you take processed food in, you are inflaming, the body thinks there's a stress, the body actually mounts an immune response thinking that you have an infection. Yes, that is true. Have you heard that before? I don't know, but it's a fact. So then if you're doing that 60% of the time, you're walking around with a chronic infection. What do you think every single condition out there has as a root cause? Inflammation that leads to the infection, chronic, low grade, and they wonder why they can't get better. Let's look at what you're really eating. And let's be honest. You don't have to show anybody. Just go into your kitchen. Okay, here's my Mexican kitchen right here. I have all whole foods, everything here. Everything's whole food. I have a little bit of treats. Why? They're not, well, yeah, I do. But that'll be another show, okay? What I want to do is really impart the importance of knowing that you're from nature, eat natural foods grown in your environment, think about your ancestry, and let's do a kitchen reset. Let's get rid of the processed food. Maybe keep a little bit if you can, and if you're addicted to it, get it out. Why would you do that? You're putting yourself into, like, you're setting yourself up for failure if you do that, just saying. So, you know what, get it out. Find instead-ofs that taste just as good that are from whole food. I can so help with that. That's how I was able to reverse my osteoporosis. When the doctor said, no, you can't without medication, I'm like, yes, I can. I just got to find how. And I did. And now my bones are the strongest they've ever been, all natural. Okay? And my menstrual cycle came back. I had 2 wonderful children, 21 and 16 now, and they are thriving. So if I can do it, I'm not special. I just figured out how. And I would be happy to show you as well if you're still struggling. No problem at all. Okay, so we're talking about ultra-processed food. So anything in a package, if you see the laundry list of ingredients, even though it says gluten-free, that's ultra-processed food, okay? So it will inhibit your ability to be able to lose weight and keep it off for life, and you'll also lead to brain fog. That is not high performance. If your brain is in fog and you can't put things together very quickly, you're forgetting things and you're feeling like you're in a fog, you have brain inflammation. Okay, so let's get rid of this and let's start to think about whole foods. So we've talked about 1, 2, and 3. Now I get to play around with number 4. So the 4th principle to helping you reach your ideal weight and high performance is eat enough protein. Now, if you've been following me for a while, like Dolores here, thank you so much for joining, Dolores. we always know that I always prioritize protein. And so do other nutritionists and doctors that are in the know that help with athletes, those that want to look like an athlete, those that want to lose weight the right way. We've got to eat enough protein, okay? Those that want to balance hormones, we need to eat enough protein. Why? Protein is the building block of hormones. We forget about that. So what's happening is this. Right now in the world, there has been quite a shift now, hasn't there? There has been this major top-down push on plant-based foods. Vegan, vegetarian, if you eat animal products, you're vilified. Why? Because you're hurting animals. Okay, we don't want to hurt the animals. We want the animals to be treated properly. Of course, we know that. Our ancestors, 1.4 million years ago from that time, all the way through till maybe just a few years ago, have been eating from the land. We are still built that way. We can't forget this. We are not a toaster oven. We are human beings from the planet. We are still 99% genetically the same as our prehistoric ancestors. Yes, you are. What did they do? They were omnivores. They ate plants and they ate animals. Animals were happy. They're outside. They're eating their natural diet. They're and you know, it's we're designed that way. That's the cycle of life. Hey, it's plants get treated improperly. Okay, they get sprayed with chemicals. They have feelings. They are spirit too. I don't know if you knew that, but animals have spirit. Okay, plants. What about them? They have feelings. What about the trees? They all talk to each other. We know that. If there's a forest fire coming, they actually tell each other there's a forest fire coming, and they start to emit things from their leaves to be able to protect themselves from the forest fire. They talk. Why aren't we talking about that? Why are we so concerned about vegan? Okay, if vegan is working for you, keep doing that. If you're tired and you are overweight and you think you're doing the right thing, maybe we should have a conversation. I'm okay with that. All right? So that's something to think about. So let's get back to protein. Prioritize protein. So for the longest time, carbs are vilified, fat was vilified. Now protein's vilified. What the heck? We are made of protein. How are we going to get toned? How are you going to get toned? How? You're not going to get toned with carbs and fat. You're going to get toned with amino acids from protein. That's how you build the muscle. You are made largely of muscle. Your bones, your joints, all of these need amino acids. We're forgetting about this. Hey, your hormones. If you're in menopause like me, I'm 5 or 6, maybe 7 months now into it, having a ball because I know how to take care of myself to be able to sail through menopause to then be able to reach my next phase, which is more of a spiritual growth. Because I basically perfected this, the goddess body, now I'm going to a different level, okay? So I'm here to share what I know over two decades with you, because you deserve it, all right? That goddess body is waiting for you, slim, strong, and sexy. We're gonna do it right this time, so it'll last. Let's prioritize protein. So, how much protein do you think you need? I would love to hear. We're not eating enough protein even if we think we are. Oh my gosh, I hear this all the time. So here is the magic number to know how much protein to have to help you reach your ideal weight and have high performance, okay? It's 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. So for example, you're 150 pounds, just saying, and you are, say, 25% body fat. So 25% of 150 would be some kind of number. Maybe it's 25 pounds, something like that. So say you're 125 lean body mass, just say. You need 125 grams of protein for the day. Otherwise, you will actually lose muscle. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more muscle you have on your body, the more calories, the more energy you burn at rest. I sit and I burn so many calories because I have so much muscle on my body that feels so good. that I can afford to have even more go off my plan, a little bit more anytime I want and not even really feel it. Because my body's so like robust with the muscle that I can afford to play around a little bit more. But when you're getting there and you're in training, you really need to be mindful of building that muscle and maintaining the muscle. So remember, you got to get that protein in. 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass, all right? And if you go below that, you're actually going to muscle waste. Well, then you look old and crinkly and you feel that way too. So think about how you want to be when you're 80. That's how I see it. I want to be able to hike and play around and have great mobility and look and feel my best. Well, that's why the protein is even more important when you're in menopause, because the carbs are really what you need to be careful of. So these plant-based diets, way too heavy in carbs. So that's why we haven't got results. So you know what, just play with that. And if you need some help, I actually want to share with you one of my perfect proteins, which is the perfect egg. It's so inexpensive and it's such a perfect food. It's got the right fat, the right protein, everything is perfect. So think about having eggs maybe as a protein source. The other idea you may want to think about is, for me, I'm in Mexico right now with my family and we are having, I like this plant-based protein, so I mix it up with plant-based protein and animal-based protein. I'm not just all animal, no, I do both. And so what I do in my smoothies is I add the 50 grams of protein powder into my 3-ingredient smoothie. I am so happy to share that with anybody watching. I can share 5 minutes to make. Okay, real food. This is real food with the 50 grams of protein. And then if anybody wants my protein bar recipe, my perfect plant protein bar recipe, real food, I'm happy to share that as well, okay? So those are some protein sources. Another one you may want to think about that you may think is, oh my gosh, that's so unhealthy, Michelle. Well, no, if you get the right quality. What about hot dogs that are from pasture-raised pork? What about those? There's beef hot dogs too. Unbelievably delicious when you get the right quality. Remember, animals grown in their environment. That's the kind of animal protein you want. You need to get enough, all right? So you can easily grill this on the barbecue. You can put it on the stove and boil it. And then you can cut it up, put it in with your eggs. Are you kidding me? So beautiful. And then what you can do is, we've got our protein, add some plants. A great idea are mushrooms. Think about mushrooms for plants. Okay, these are grown in our environment right here. Mushrooms, what are they? They're high in beta glucans. What are they? They help balance your immune system. These are immune boosting foods, okay? They're plants, they're grown in the environment. This is the kind of foods you want to consume. Okay, and maybe think about broccoli for your liver health, which is good for hormones. So I kind of went a little bit off track, but what I wanted to do is show you so simple to eat within your environment. Eat what your ancestors ate, get that protein, get away from the processed food. We don't need that anymore. Okay, if we buy less, they're gonna make less and we'll all be healthy. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to my 5th principle to helping you reach your ideal weight and have high performance too. Okay, so what that is, I see this all the time. We need to speak more about this. We're eating when we're not even hungry. Why are we doing that? Why? Because you think it's going to raise the metabolism? No way. That is a myth. It will not raise your metabolism. It's going to set you back. Why? Because you're giving your body food it doesn't need. Hey, what about these energy packs? See this? If you have belly fat, that is stored fat that has energy that you would use in case you're not eating. Don't you want to burn the excess off? That's by not eating. But when you eat from the way we've described. But when you're not eating, you're burning off these energy packs. Good for you. We want to do that. I call it feed well, fast well, okay? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna only eat when you're hungry. Don't eat when you're not hungry. And if you have a habit of that, don't worry about it. At least you learned something and you can look at yourself going, wow, look at that. Yeah, Michelle was talking about we shouldn't eat when we're not hungry. Look at what I'm doing. I'm actually not hungry and I'm eating. Oh, wow. Maybe what I'll do instead is I'll actually not eat and wait till I'm hungry so that I can start to burn off these energy packs that Michelle was talking about, and so that I can have my ideal weight and have high performance. Yes, do that. Okay? When you are hungry, what are we doing? We're having protein every time we eat. And then what does that do? It helps balance our hormones so we can get into our ideal weight and have high performance. Okay? And you're going to be able to build the muscle because you're eating the protein. See how this is all fitting together? I hope so. Isn't that beautiful? Because you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful the way you are. Isn't it time for you to have your goddess body? You deserve it. You just got to commit to it and know what to do. And if you need some help, of course I'm here. I can customize a plan for you, no problem. I love, love, love to do that. Okay, so we talked about only eating when you're hungry. Here's the other part to that equation. Eat till you're 80% full. We don't want to overeat. No, because again, that's stressful to the body. Then all the energy, where does it go? In here. Of course it does. You got to break down all that food. But where doesn't it go? Here. No wonder you can't think properly because probably you're eating too much. Just saying, hey, the food's delicious. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to eat again. But you know what? What about just paying attention? What about being mindful? That's exactly what this principle does for you. Is eat when you're hungry, stop when you're 80% full. Bingo! Now you have mindfulness. Oh, wow. I'm going to tap in to see when I'm hungry. Cool. Ooh, I'm going to keep tapping in to see when I'm actually just full. Awesome. Right? So just so you know, scientifically, it takes the brain 20 minutes to recognize, 20 minutes to recognize, 20, 10, 20, that you're full. So take your time chewing. Be mindful of the delicious natural foods you're now eating from your environment and that your ancestors ate typically, right? Enjoy the food. That means chew your foods. Hey, if you have a smoothie, here's the other thing. We don't drink our smoothie. No, your brain does not recognize when it's full. What happens? We're eating way more than we need. And we wonder why we can't burn this up. But Michelle, the ingredients are healthy and I'm having this smoothie, the 3-ingredient smoothie. Okay, that's awesome. Let's now chew the smoothie. Yeah, chew the smoothie. When you chew it, the brain goes, oh, I'm eating. Oh, awesome. Okay, tick, tick, tick. Then the body starts to see when it starts to get enough nutrition, micronutrients, right? And then it says, you know what? I've had enough. And if you don't know, you're likely 20 or more pounds overweight, that's when I would love to talk to you because you have what we call leptin resistant. You can't even tell when you're hungry and full. If you don't fix that, nothing will work. No pill, no nothing. You will always be in food prison. We need you to be in food freedom. Doesn't that feel good when I say that? Food freedom. We deserve this. Oh my gosh. This is it. It's our time right now to do this. We're going to have food freedom and get away from the prison. We've been in prison too long. We need freedom. Okay? So again, if you can't tell when you're hungry and you can't really tell when you're full, don't worry about it. We can fix this. It's called leptin resistance. It's a hormone that's released from your fat cells, tells your brain when you are satisfied. If that's not working, you will never be successful ever. And I have a leptin resistance protocol. It's so easy to do. And get a hold of me and I'm happy to share it with you. And hi, Amy, nice to see you. So glad you're on the call. Okay, so we've got to think about being 80% full. So that does mean tapping into your body. Wow, what a concept. Let's keep doing more of this, okay? Let's learn more about this mindfulness, all right? If you don't, you will have gut inflammation. Your gut won't be able to even absorb your healthy foods, even though you are eating healthy foods, but you're eating too much? No, again, we can't keep doing that. No, mindfulness, eat these whole foods, eat till you're 80% full, you're done. If you're used to eating more, don't worry about it. See yourself doing that and go, oh, actually, I'm gonna try what Michelle said. I'm going to stop when I'm 80% full, and guess what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna make a habit of going for a 20-minute walk like Michelle recommends. So that way I can reach my ideal weight and have fun doing it. Yeah, baby. And also, if you don't want to do a walk, clean the kitchen like I do. I love to clean my kitchen at the end of dinner. Why? Because I'm moving around. The last thing you want to do is hit the couch. No way. No, we need to move. We need to allow the body to break down the foods. We need to support digestion. We need to allow for a good bowel movement. We need to move so that the food doesn't get shuttled into more energy packs. No, it doesn't. It actually gets used as energy so that you have more high performance days. This works like gangbusters. Okay, so give that a try. Hey, if you have sugar cravings, who has sugar cravings after they have dinner? Every single client that comes to me, which I had to, has sugar cravings after they have dinner. Well, yeah, likely you're looking for something. I understand. I'm the same. I'm the same as you. Maybe we're all meant to be that way. I don't know. But I have herbal tea and I have stevia. And I chew gum, not chemical gum. Made with xylitol. It's called pure gum. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is like the best tool on the planet to work with your sugar cravings. You're having herbal tea with stevia. Stevia is a natural herb. It won't disrupt any blood sugar. No, it'll just taste sweet, but it'll actually be healthy for you. And chew the gum. I'm going to show you what I do. So here's what I do. Is I have a bunch of these. So I get like a fruit sampler. And so there's a bunch of different types of herbal teas in here, all organic. Otherwise you're having chemicals. And then what I do is I've actually got some right here. I know this is real life. Like, don't you want to see this? I don't just talk, I actually do, which I'm hoping you do too. So this is my herbal tea for today. It's fruit. And in this container, you can see how big it is. I put 4 bags. So I'm a chartered herbalist as well. And what we are taught is we need to put more tea bags into our cups to actually get the medicine from the tea. I'm having rooibos, I'm having fruit. It's high in bioflavonoids and vitamin C. What does that do? Well, it's a facelift for one thing, which I love because being 54, things start to droop. Vitamin C is critical for collagen. Yeah. And it gives you a natural facelift. The other thing it does, it's a natural antiviral. It's the cheapest antiviral on the planet. So if you're concerned about COVID and all these kind of viruses, why don't you drink your medicine like herbal tea? But you've got to put enough in there. So 4 tea bags in a container like this. This is like maybe 3/4 of a liter maybe. And then what I do is I add my stevia. So I get vanilla essence. Oh, it's so good with stevia. Remember, stevia is a natural herb. This makes me feel like I'm satisfying my sugar craving without any sugar. And then what I do is I chew this gum right here. So I got this from Canada. I had my husband bring it over when he was visiting our oldest son. I got him to give me a box because I can't get this in Mexico. It's all artificial gum here. But I got him to get this. So this is sweetened with xylitol. What does xylitol do? Cleans my teeth. I get white teeth. There's other ways to get white teeth, which I can share with you another time about dental work. I know a lot about that. But anyways, we can chew our way to clean white teeth. Like, how cool is that? That's so cool. The other thing is cinnamon balances blood sugar. So this spice called cinnamon, if you put that into your food, you're actually balancing blood sugar so that you can get rid of any fat here. Like, really, it's not hard to do if you do the right things. You can burn the belly fat if you do the right things, and you're learning how to do them right now. So just think about that for sugar cravings after you have dinner. That will allow you to eat till you're 80% full, and then you will get results that last a lifetime without any more struggle. We're done with the struggle. Okay, I'm gonna add one bonus to this because I love you so much and I'm so glad you're here. This is number 6 bonus, okay, for those that stayed on the show. So number 6 is we need to make water our primary beverage. We need to drink clean water as our primary beverage. Now check this out. I just got this delivered to Mexico into our home. And so this is like filtered water that also has minerals put back in. So you can go as far as this to drink your water, but the number one thing you want to think about is reverse osmosis water. Make sure you don't drink tap water. Those are chemicals. It's full of chlorine. It's going to disrupt your gut. You won't be absorbing your food very well, and you could lead to infection and low thyroid. More on that later. But don't drink tap water. It's garbage. Get your tap water filtered. Reverse osmosis, if you want to take it to the next level like we do, which we do here. We invest in our health, and I hope you do too. Well, you're investing your time. Thanks for doing that. Anyways, filtered water, reverse osmosis. So we're going to make sure that we drink enough water as well, okay? Most people are not drinking. Hi, Trey. Most people, do you want to say hi, Trey? No, he's got his earphones in. He was at the beach. We're a block from the Caribbean Sea, which is the dream of mine that I've had for 27 years. I'm living my dream now. It took 27 years to get here. I don't care. I never gave up, and now we're living our dream. Love it. I did the work to get here, though. Like I did with this body, that, you know what, I'd be happy to show you what to do, because I know exactly what to do to get you your results. And never give up, because there's always a solution, okay? So here's how much water. We're not drinking enough water. Here's how much. 1 liter for every 50 pounds of body weight. So for me, I'm 120 pounds, maybe 125. So I should have a minimum of 2.5 liters. I live in a warm country. I exercise every day. And so I'm having anywhere like 3, maybe 3.5. Plus, I love my wine, and wine is dehydrating. I also have coffee. Coffee's dehydrating. That's why I add a little more water, okay? Let's hydrate our bodies. So much benefit. Number 1, you'll boost your energy. Research has shown that those that are dehydrated get brain fog. If you have brain fog, think about having enough water for the day. The other thing it does is it flushes away fat. Yes, it does. Hello. Your metabolism goes up 30%. That's a lot just by being hydrated. 30%. That just by drinking water? Yeah. If you don't like water, add some lemon, add some lime, add a bit of stevia. Then you'll start to crave the water. And guess what else? The water is going to help you actually have bowel movements so you get the flat tummy. You may have a flat tummy. You may be barreling out because you have poop inside. Yeah, poop. And you're full of poop. And it's not coming out. Well, that's a problem because it's recirculating and it's entering your brain inflammation. Really true. That's how it works. Let's get the water, let's flush away the poop, let's get that flat stomach, let's have you feel clean and light and energy, look and feel 10 years younger. Guess what? Your skin is gonna look gorgeous, okay? You're gonna shine. You're already beautiful. You're just gonna shine even more like the sun, okay? Your heart's gonna shine. You're gonna open up and you're gonna be really proud of the work you've done. You're gonna have so much more confidence. You're gonna walk that beach or put on your sexy jeans and go, yeah. You're not gonna brag, but you're like, I did the work. I didn't just go and get that supplement. You know what? I'm getting healthy, okay? Because I'm human. Get away from this artificial stuff. I'm gonna move you over, or like a bridge, to the natural side. Yeah, because you're a body goddess, you are. But let's treat our bodies that way. Let's get rid of old programming. Let's do a reset. Let's flush away the fat. Let's do a whole reset. Okay, and I'm happy to show you how. So I'm just going to review right now. So again, I was walking you through exactly the very start of my Slim, Strong, and Sexy diet. You got like some really good tips. There is more, obviously, but you've got some really good ones to, think about. And if you want more help, of course, just get a hold of me. I'd be happy to start a little conversation, and we can see where it goes from there. Okay, what are the 5 principles to reaching your ideal weight and having high performance? Number 1, what is it? Think about eating the foods that grown in your environment. Why? Your genes expect that. That's where the nutrition is, the micronutrients, okay? For form and function, right? Pain goes away, bye-bye. Hormones get balanced, bye-bye, because you're getting the nutrition. Vitamin in your foods, okay? So let's start with that. Second one, think about your ancestry. What did they eat? I'm Russian, we ate dairy. If your ancestry didn't eat dairy, maybe that's why you can't eat dairy. Or you have autoimmune disease that you need fixing, which I'm happy to help with. I love working with that, by the way. We can fix this stuff if you do the right things. Give the body the right information, it heals itself. So think about the ancestry. Couple the ancestry with your environment foods. Boom. You are way ahead of the game than going, oh, calories. Forget the calorie counting. No, that's artificial again. It has its place, but it's not the first thing I want you to think about. Eat real food. Okay, what's number 3? Let's get rid of the ultra-processed, packaged, yucky, chemical lab stuff. Once in a while, who cares? Think about the 80-20 rule. 80% whole foods, 20% go have fun. Unless you need fixing, get a hold of me, happy to help. Then we can, fix the body so we can start to adapt to things like that. Remember, it's not a life sentence. We got to give the body what it needs. The body's talking. Okay, so number 4, prioritize protein. Why? Because for some reason, protein is vilified. It shouldn't be vilified. We've been eating protein and being omnivore for 1.4 million years. It's the oldest diet on the planet, and it works because that's what we're designed to have, okay? If you're vegan and you just really can't eat animals, no problem, as long as you get the amino acids in, okay? That's the key. So if you're vegan and it's not working for you, or vegetarian, anybody, please get a hold of me. I would be happy to help. So let's get that protein. And how much protein? We talked about that, 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. Have that throughout the day. You are good as gold. Okay, and the eating when you're hungry, stop when you're 80% full. Awesome sauce. That means you get to pay attention to your body. Your body is talking to you. Let's listen to our body. This is called intuitive eating, which I would be happy to get you to at some point. That's where I am now. My body tells me exactly what to eat and when. That's ninja stuff. And I'd be happy to get you there because it's so fun. That's why it's so easy to stay this way all year round. I can be in bikini all the time. I never starve, I never deprive, neither do my clients. Maybe in the beginning we got to get them fixed, don't worry about it. We get them better and then they're good to go. Oh yeah. So then the last one is drink enough water. Make sure it's filtered water, reverse osmosis, maybe add the extra minerals in, 1 liter for every 50 pounds of body weight or more. Okay, well I hope you really enjoyed today. And if you loved it, give me a thumbs up, give me some hearts. Yeah, that's awesome. And if it super sucked, Michelle, you know what? That was such a waste of time. I can't even believe you're out there talking, like really. You can tell me that too. And if you have some points that you think maybe we can, have a conversation around, good. Hey, I'm learning too. And I've been learning for 21 years and I'm a student of health. I am not stuck on any dogma, okay? Certain diets work for certain people. It's not one diet fits all, never. Keto for weight loss? No. If you have a no gallbladder, you're in trouble. I would never do the keto diet if you didn't have a gallbladder. It will mess you up, okay? Plus, your diet wouldn't be the same as your husband's. You are 2 different animals. You are not the same. You are different. So one diet does not fit all. Absolutely not, okay? Hi, Katharina. Miss you, can't wait to see you. Love you too. So let's be a student of life. Let's look at life like wonderment. Let's get away from food prison, get into food freedom, and enjoy your goddess body because you're beautiful. Let's have you shine. So thank you very much for joining. My name is Michelle Hart, and I'd love to hear from you, and I want you to have the best day. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday. I'm actually got my husband on board now. So my husband and I are a team, and we're actually helping others get fit and healthy together. So we get the male energy in here finally. So keep tuned for that because he'll be joining these kind of talks and you may be hearing from him, my husband Reese. So anyways, thank you so much. And remember, stay human, be natural, and I love you.